Welcome back, my name is Jacques, and in today's video tutorial I'm going to show you how to configure users in the user managers section within the Joomla backend. Right, and I'm also going to show you how to actually change the menu that gets displayed once the registered user log in to the front end, and then also show you how to publish and unpublish new articles within that menu function. Right, let's go over to the back office, and you can either access the user manager from the control panel or go site user manager. Right, this is the default user that was created when we installed the Joomla site. And this specific user is called administrator, and it's got the super administrator group rights assigned to it. So this, take note, this is the main Joomla user, and it can assign, or it's got all privileges and have access to all the functions within the back office. Right, we can click on the administrator, and you will see that we can actually give it a new or change the password. We can block this user, which you don't really want to do, and then also receive system emails. Right, so that should be on yes. You can assign a back-end and front-end language. You can assign the YCWIG editor, that's by default Tiny MCE, and then a local English knowledge base, that's just a help site, and then also the time zone, which is South Africa. We can save that. Now we're going to create a user manually. So let's create a new user called Jacques. We can also give its surname, right, and the username should be my name, and give it an email address and a password. Right, and we can just leave it on a register user. Don't want to block it, don't want to receive sister emails. We can just manually assign these to the specific user and just give it a time zone of South Africa. Right, when we save this, you will see that in the front end this specific user can log in. We gave it a username Jacques and a password, and just log in quickly. And if you scroll down, you will see the registered user will have a special menu here called user menu, and then it will also state that the user is currently logged in, and the user can log out here. So just to show you where this user menu is located, it's under menus, user menu. Right, so the privileges for a registered user, he or she's only got access to user details and logout as per front end. So the user can only change his or her details by going to your details, change the details here for password, and save it again. And then let's go back to the user manager and give Jacques a privilege of, let's say, publisher. I'm going to explain the groups just now, but let's just assign the group publisher to Jacques, and then we can refresh this page. Alright, let's just do a hard refresh. Sorry for that. Let's just log out first. Alright, log out, and let's log back in. Right, as a publisher, you will see now that we've changed the user privileges to publisher. Now Jacques got access to submit an article and submit a web link to the front end, and he can only do it by going to the front end, log in, and actually submit a new article from the front end. Right, and then he can also assign a section and a category and a date, and date assign, and finish publishing. You can also do metadata, which is description keywords. Right, so that's how we change the user itself now. let me go back to the user and just explain these groups to you. A register, a user, is basically just a normal user, people who really visit the site and register, and they can only change their details and register. Right? The author group will have access to submit new articles for approval by anything higher than a publisher. Okay, but they can still access and submit an article or web link, but a publisher and above need to actually approve that first. Editor, the same thing there. You can submit new articles and edit them, so the only thing that changes here is they can edit them too. Alright, and then also a publisher need to approve and submit the article. Alright, then we move on to publisher. Can submit, edit or publish articles should they need to. Right, and they can only do it from the front end. All of these users can only do it from the front end. I just showed you earlier. Move on to the groups that's got backend access. So that will be somebody like a web developer. You'd like to give him access as a administrator or manager to just maintain the site in the back office. You should never give out to super administrator. That should be solely you that manages the site and maintain it, everything. But should you need to give somebody else access, rather instead of giving them super administrator rights, assign administrator or manager to them. Right, and they also have these special privileges, and they will also see if you assign manager administrator rights, some of these functions will disappear, which they don't really need. They don't really need to install new components, etc. So you don't want them to access that. Right, that will basically cover the groups within the user manager. Right, so basically we've covered everything within the user manager, and we can just see here that you will see that the groups will show up here, the assigned groups, and then you can also see the IDs assigned to these groups. Now we can also go to the user menu and actually add new items for the user to see. We can also unpublish it, and you will see that it's got a access level. So this means once the user log in, you will be able to see the user details and log out. So that's why it's got an access level of registered. So only when they register they will get these details. You can also publish and unpublish these if you don't want the user to see them. You can also assign new articles to the specific user, and you can call it our policy, and you can just leave it at the top level, accessible level. Yeah, so let's change this to register, so only when they register and they log in they've got access to our policy. And then you can link it to our policy article. We didn't create the article, I'm just going to link it to there just to show you. You'll see that it will add our policy, so you can also go ahead and just move this up one level, so log out, show at the bottom. That's right, it's got the access level of registered, so only the registered user, once they log in, can view that. So if we refresh this page, you will see our policy. They can actually view our policy. Right, that will cover the user manager section and our tutorial for today. Thank you very much for watching, and we will be bringing out a new video soon, so watch this space. Thank you, bye.